Hello, welcome. Brittany Parker, and I am a Seint artist. And today I'm going to show you. I'm going to go back to the basics using just one brush. And so this is the detail brush, and this is by far my very favorite #1 top pick for your contour. It is such a perfect brush. All of Seint brushes are double-ended, and just this little little circle oval thing, it's the best for hitting angles on your face. And today I'm going to show you how I use just this one brush to do my whole face. And so today I'm going to use my Seint makeup. It is my very favorite. It is a cream foundation system, and your entire makeup bag, you know, the dirty thing that you just like scramble through, is all in one place. And so it just like, if you're a busy mom, you're a busy working woman, and you're like, I need to be quick, easy, out the door, and you want it to be fun, this is for you. So I'm going to start. I just melted down my creams. Don't melt down your shimmers. All the little shimmers are going to go to the bottom. You're going to ruin it. But that's why my creams are looking so pretty. I'm going to start obviously with my detail brush. I have prepped my skin, my cream, my SPF. I put balm. Actually, it's been a while. I'm going to put a little balm underneath these eyes. There you go. It just helps to keep them hydrated and help, like, whatever I put underneath my eyes, I don't want crepey under eyes. So take your detail brush. Now, your contour, it's meant to be stiffer. It's a little bit like you gotta get in there compared to like the highlights. So don't be afraid to like really tap into it. You do not want to scoop. You're going to go through way too much product. Now, this is just the basics. Actually, no, I'm not going to do just the basics. I'm going to do like a full face. And so really the difference between a full face and a basic is I'm going to add bronzer and illuminator, because I don't think you can or should go, through life without bronzer, like all year long. All right, so your contour goes on the perimeter of your forehead, especially if you have a large forehead like me. You're going to do a rainbow at the top of your head. If you have a smaller forehead, you can keep it more like on the sides. And you could tell that I'm just stippling. I'm just like tapping this makeup into my skin, and the creams move with your skin. They don't set. And so you're not going to get these like harsh, cakey, dry feelings like you do, especially with like liquid foundation. It really moves with your skin and acts like a second skin. It's creams. If you haven't used creams yet, I highly recommend you give it a shot. So I'm just tapping it in. I'm just giving myself a little bit more definition. You could already tell like my cheekbones are looking a little bit higher. It's giving me a little bit of a facelift, since gravity is not my friend. So I'm going to bring it now down the jawline. Really have some things happening with my skin. More so lately, my big 4-0 is coming up in February, next month. So things are happening to my skin that, I'm not used to. So I love using contour. A lot of people are so scared of the contour, but it really is your best friend, especially if you are maturing. I don't care if you're even just 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, however old, wherever you are on, we don't need to like compare with each other. Wherever you are in your destination, in your journey, contour is awesome. Okay, so I'm going to tap the side of this is why the detail brush is the best. I'm going to tap it on the side, and like a stencil, I'm going to contour my nose just so ever lightly, and just kind of brush it into your brow bone so it just goes all even. Tap, tap, tap. Flip it to the other side. The closer the lines, the skinnier your nose is going to be. So if you keep it really far out, you're going to actually widen your nose. So get those lines pretty close and go into your brow. But we all have different noses and different things that we're trying to get. So if you need help, I am always have my phone somewhere close by, where if you just need to ask like, hey, well, how should I do it? Just ask and I'll get back to you. All right, below this lip, because we all can help with, a juicier lip. All right, there we go. That is the detail brush. And I'm just putting on a little bit more of contour for some definition and for some nice lift in my face. I'm now going to go into my brightening highlight, and I'm going to just tap ever so lightly on the other side of the brush. And the reason why this brush is so fantastic is because this is such a good side for your contour. And then you have a small side so that you can get into these smaller corners and smaller areas on your face, like your eyes. I'm going to come and get all this redness out of my eyelid. And mostly I stipple and I pounce, but like if I don't need coverage or I'm just really trying to cover that redness, I'll just kind of swipe it on my lid. But really with the under eyes, I tap it here, the inner corner. You can kind of bring it down the side of your nose and the outer corner to give yourself a lift. And then I'll kind of merge it by just stippling back and forth, okay? Less is more if you have, you know, kind of a problem area. So I'm going to tap it into that inner corner just to brighten that up, bring it down a little bit, and really less is more. This product goes a long way. Start light, and then if you want to get more coverage or you're just missing a little bit, you add more. They all have foundational coverage, your highlights, your contour, and you can build it up to match the coverage that you want. So if you're a beginner, start light. Okay, so I'm going to now tap into it, and your brightener goes, so it went underneath my eyes. It's going to go right in between my brows. I kind of get a little, I don't know, star going right there. Oops. My Cupid's bow, my chin, and then I'll pinch the brush. You can use your finger even. Pinch the brush, dab into it, and I just draw the line. Now, I'm horrible at trying to get this sucker straight. Oh, well. You know, you don't have to be perfect. That's kind of like the genius of this makeup. You're like, oh, okay, I'll just tap it right there. And it really is one layer. You're going to see that this is all one layer. I'm going to go now into my main highlight. Now, both of these are highlights. When you go shopping, they're both under highlights and you just need to pick your two colors. You do not have to guess. Like, you send me a bare face selfie, no makeup, no nothing. Stand inside your house 2 to 3 steps back from a window, snap that selfie, send it to me. And I will for free, like no obligation either. I don't bug you. I'll tell you your colors so that you don't have to guess, because the colors really are important. Especially if you have a lot of problem areas, you're gonna want the right color so that you get the coverage that you need. All right, so this is my main highlight, and I'm just tapping it, getting myself a little bit more coverage where I need it. So sometimes I will kind of like swipe here, but I'm just trying to get like a straighter line, and then I'll kind of dab in. But I mean, there's no right or wrong. You just do you and how you like it. And then one thing you'll learn works better for another. And you're like, oh, I didn't like how that turned out, or I didn't like how that turned out. And you know, I just realized I had dropped down a shade, and I just melted my tints down, and I put my little bit darker highlight on. Yeah, it's okay. Let's see if I could find my candlelit to even me out a little bit. Okay, so this is candlelit. I'm just gonna go into it and just dab a teeny bit to kind of lighten that color, just ever so slightly. So this is my 3D cream foundation. I have my main highlight, which is like my foundation, my brightening highlight, which is like my concealer, and my contour, and the sun is starting to poke out, so just ignore that. As I start to blend, I'm gonna blend my lighter areas first. And I'm just gonna, you can see, I'm just doing that stippling motion, and I'm just helping to push it into my skin, getting the coverage that I want. And it's just, you're just stippling. That's all you're doing. You just keep on blending it. Because they're creams, they all blend together. Okay, so when you get to your contour, you flick up on your head. Same thing with your cheeks. I underblend a bit on my cheeks because I'm gonna add bronzer and lip and cheek and illuminator. When I come to my nose, I could even pinch this. And I'm just gonna keep it in the straight lines that I put everything in. And I'm sorry that light is starting to get crazy. You know what? I'm gonna try to fix this. 1 minute. Okay, that's a little bit better. That sun was bugging me. Okay, it was bugging me. So now that I have most all of it blended in, I can see if I want anything. Do I want a little bit more coverage? Do I want maybe a little bit more contour on my forehead? Well, if you do, you just go in and blend it after. Start light and then build to match what you want. It really is that simple. But heavy hand is kind of a beginner's mistake. It's a common mistake by going a little too heavy, and that's just going to make you a little bit shiny or greasy. There always is about a 2-week, you know, when you get a new skincare regimen and it takes a couple weeks for your skin to adjust, if you've used liquid or powder foundations forever, you will have a little bit of an adjustment period, but it is worth it. Worth it. Everyone comes back and says, worth it. All right. I'm going to blend that contour I put on my neck or my jawline down. That's the one spot we're going to blend down. You don't want your shadow to go up. That's what contour is. It's a shadow. So we don't want the shadow, a 5 o'clock shadow on our jawline. So bring that guy down. Okay, so this would be like your basic face. I would add a lip and cheek, but I said I'm actually going to do a full face. So not just a basic, okay? Basic would be the 4. Contour, main highlight, brightening highlight, and a lip and cheek. You could totally do that. You would get a 4 compact and you would just have those 4 things in. You do not have to be crazy like this. I highly suggest starting with the 12. Let's see if I have a 12. I would start with a 12 because you could put your 6 creams on top that are your face, and then your bottom, you would have like your powder and your eyeshadows because you want to keep those separated just in case an eyeshadow breaks. Now, because I like the 12 is because it has a spot for 6. So your highlight, your contours, and now I'm actually going to go into bronzer because I think bronzer is by far one of the most important. It's going to go in on your forehead, kind of like in the middle of your forehead, so it's not as high. And then it's going to go kind of on the top of your cheek. So I went a little crazy showing you right here, but it's okay. It's going to blend out. So contour is below and the very top. It's a big C, where your bronzer is a smaller C within that. It's mid forehead to the top of the cheek. You could even get your nose. I have a lot of discoloration on my nose, so I don't like bringing it on there, but I know a lot of people love bringing it on their nose. If that's you, you do it. And I'm taking just the same brush this entire time. I've been using the detail brush, and I'm just pouncing and blending that bronzer in. Bronzer is, I've said this on every video, it is my very favorite. Just look at that. It warms my face up because I'm more cool neutral. It warms my face up and gives me such a glow like I've just been to the beach. And it's January 3rd, you know? So it's my favorite. All right. So just tap that in. There's one more spot that I think bronzer has to go. First off, if you bring your bronzer too low on your forehead, remember how we had our brightening highlight on this? Just flick this and it's gonna help diffuse it. Same thing on here. If you think you bring it too high or too forward, I didn't get any new product. I'm just using the makeup that was still on my brush. And then I kind of just tap it out like that. Okay, bring bronzer though, down your neck, down your neck. Whoa. Like I said, I melted these creams down and it does do wonders. If you have any contour that's like kind of gotten really stiff in the winter, melt it down. It's going to make it just glide so much better. All right, there's my bronzer. My neck always gets super red and then it calms down. So just ignore it for right now. Okay, there is my skin. I have some rough skin. I get blemishes, which I didn't think at this age, I'm almost 40, that I'd still be breaking out. I am. Why not? Okay. At this point though, let's get a blush. I think I need some sandstone. Give me a second. Okay. I got to go into the big guy. I'm going to go into sandstone. It's kind of a brick. Well, it's a sandstone. It's this red right here. Just kind of match. And I'm just going to ever so lightly take oh, no, I said one brush. I almost switched on you guys. This is my, my detail brush. I'm actually going to just tap some on with my finger and just tap up on my cheek. And this is sandstone. And it is a really pretty red that's not like screaming in your face. Okay, so there it is. Now I'm going to blend it. But this would be your 5th tile, your lip and cheek. It will also go on my lip, but look how pretty sandstone is. Oh, so pretty. I always forget because I have so many and you just kind of get stuck or you get like on a rut on ones that you love, but so pretty. Okay, so sandstone. I could even take some on my lips. I'm just gonna get a little bit. You could go as like bold as you want, as heavy as you want, but if you wanna go light, you could just use your finger and just tap it ever so lightly. And you can just build up the color. But look at that. It's just soft. It's pretty. I'm not like a huge lipstick person. I'm just not, never have been. I try and then I feel dumb. Am I the only one? I try and then I just feel dumb. I'm like, oh gosh. All right. There's sandstone. And so if I wanted to blot it off, I'm like, oh, that's a little bit too much. You could just blend it. Or you could even put some of your powder on top of it and it'll help it stay a little bit longer even. Sorry, this hair is got a mind of its own today. Okay, last thing that I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do my eyes with you today. You could look forward to that video in a little bit because I have a really pretty look that I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna finish off with the 6th tile that would be in your full face, which is your illuminator. Now look, I'm at the very bottom and I've had this for 2 years. I mean, I've had this forever because you just need like the slightest bit. And it's like some days I don't use it. I could use my detail brush, this small end, and I could just tap in it and you just tap the top parts of your cheek or just use your finger. So you just kind of, I need a new one soon. You just tap your finger anywhere where you just kind of like the top highest points of your cheeks. This is rose gold. There's some really pretty ones. Nova's a new one that I love. Angel's like a pink undertone. They're so pretty. There's even Glow, which is better for like deeper skin tones. You could tap your nose, the bridge of your nose. You could even tap it on your lips. Look at that. And just the center of your lip to make your lips look a little bit more full. All right, that is it. I know it needs to finish with some eyes, but let me tap that out a little bit, which I'll come back with a picture of my finished face with my eyes and all. But this, look at my skin. Like, as we age, we lose like the glow. And this Seint cream foundation, that's all that it is. It gives you the most hydrated looking skin. It gives you a natural glow. It doesn't set, so it moves with your skin and it's not gonna cake and dry out. If you have blemishes like this, I'm gonna take my dark highlight. Just use your finger, get some on there. And because this is buildable, that's it. And then get a little bit of my powder, if I could find it. I just cleaned up my desk. Have you guys ever cleaned up and then everything's lost? And you're like, this is way to clean up everything. Oh, I have a little one left. Okay, I'm at the edge of a lot of things, but I want to finish things out. So I'm gonna take my brush. I'm just gonna tap into this. I'm gonna tap on my lids. I'm just gonna tap my powder anywhere, really in my highlight areas. I love a glowing cheek, so I'm not gonna even touch my cheek with powder. I will come and set my under eyes just a little bit, but this is an extra step. If you have dry, normal skin. If you have oily skin, I mean, you're gonna need to set with a powder, and maybe really oily, you're gonna set throughout the day, even keep some shine papers. These are like the old school blotting papers. And then just keep that in your purse. All right, there is the basic full face using the detail brush. And so you really can get your whole face done with just one brush and 6 tins. Today I used a contour, 2 highlights, a bronzer, a lip and cheek, and then my illuminator. And all of those can be switched out to to your needs. Maybe you want two lip and cheeks. Maybe you want a pink and a red. And if you have any questions, I'm always here to help. Thank you for watching. This is Brittany Parker, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, so this is the final look. Look how pretty. If you want to know the colors, the video will be coming out soon. If you still can't find it, let me know and I can send you the link. But really pretty. It does have crimson, January's shade of the month, only available in January. So don't miss out. It's a really pretty red orange, kind of a matte. But I forgot to say, you got to set your face. Remember, cream foundation doesn't set. So I have Milani's Make It Last. My very favorite all time is Charlotte Tilbury. I need to get it, but I'm going to use this and it works fantastic. It's affordable, cheap, and you can find it at any Target. So let me close my mouth, close my eyes. And that's it. If you want to be color matched, reach out. My team is also open. If you have any questions, you want to be color matched, send me the things. And I hope you have a good day. Bye.